Will Chris Sale dominate the Padres in an early first pitch time in Atlanta? Will Detroit continue their bull market breakthrough in a divisional opener tonight at home against Kansas City? Find out now on MLB Bases Loaded. A huge card on slate today.
15-game card. It's us versus the bookies. Bases loaded, high noon. It's going to be a showdown.
On a suddenly not so casual Friday, the buy hat is engaged. Two questions posed, answers to be found. It is Thursday, July the 23rd, 2026. MLB Bases Loaded. I'm the Sharky's Mikey. Mike, what's going on this morning?
Man, oh man, today might be generational wealth day, you guys. There's only 5 games on the board, but oh my goodness. And I fired off again at 2-0 on the morning with Winnable. Shark, a glorious day, man. I got out there to update. I said, you know what? Let me take a look at Winnable. Let me see how this Christmas in July promo is doing. And look, we went 2-0 in tennis this morning. So that's now 8-0 in tennis. We're trying to track down that monster World Cup run. We had 17-1 and then 24-2. Will we get there? You'll have to stay tuned. But my point is, Winnable's got an app now. We're in the app business, Winnable. Welcome to the fucking 22nd century here, boys. And we're going to make a ton of money this year and, in fact, this weekend. So make sure you guys do tune in for it. I'm excited for the card here. I gave a circle spot about 3 weeks ago. There's also a follow-up circle spot. I think it's like September 21st. And it's open. It's on today's card. I can't wait to talk about this thing, man. I am really fired up for just a 5-game slate. It's going to be such a great day.
I agree. I mean, it's the summertime. There's nothing going on. We got nobody in the chat. If you guys are in the chat, wake up and enjoy some baseball with us. We got 3 matinees going off shortly, and it is data abundant baseball. I was going through this before. Mike, as you said, it's a glorious day to cash. We don't need 15 games to make money. We can hone in on these 5 games. We are in the second half of the season, and we do have great data. If you guys are on the East Coast at lunch, get in the chat and talk to us. West Coast, get your coffee and get ready to dominate. It is a subtly not so casual Thursday in July, and let's get down to business. First game on the card, afternoon baseball going off in about 10 minutes, 12:15 in Atlanta. Padres Braves. Game 4 of this series at Truist Park. Bullpen game for the Padres against Chris Sale. Sale looking absolutely elite at this point in the season. Mike, what's going on here?
This is a great spot to kick this card off here. I'm not going to tell you that Fernando Tatis is going to hit 2 home runs today, but I'm not going to tell you he isn't either. So, I mean, listen, you got to read between the lines here. I'm going to take the Padres in this game, man. This is one of them spots where it's like, look, I know it's Chris Sale and the guy's a world beater. And 100 years ago, he was fucking Thor for Disney television. But look, we're not in that 100 years ago slate. We're in the current form. And the thing is, you got to dig deeper. You got to dig past just the name and what's going on right now. 1, the Atlanta bats have been inconsistent. 2, as inconsistent as San Diego's been, look, they turned up the second half of that game yesterday. You know, they almost came back and complete. Worthless 9th inning, screwed my under, but still didn't give up and didn't quit. We've got, I think, some favorable hitting elements out there. And the problem for Chris Sale here is, I've talked about it before. How do you win ball games, Shark? You hit the ball, you drive him across the finish line. And one of the best teams to hit the ball against Chris Sale are the San Diego Padres here. If they've seen him, they've hit over 300 or better on this guy. So, like I said, tough day. And then we want to talk about Fernando Tatis. Well, he's got 12 at-bats, 4 hits, a home run, and a ribeye against Chris Sale. So lefty-wise, look, these boys love hitting lefties. Almost everybody on the team's at 250 or better. It's a bad day to be a Brave, and it's a huge price tag on top of it. So, look, you can catch the run line at +1.5. I like that, too. I did parlay this game, 12-15. I jumped in. I took a parlay with Tatis to get a hit and Baldwin to get a hit. That's a -105 spot. Tatis to get 2+ is 5,300. Homer in general is 492. Tatis to get an RBI is 240. Padres to win the game. I mean, this is a great spot, I think, to be in the Padres plus money business to kick this card off.
Mike, it's early afternoon. My adrenaline is rushing. Disagreement, the buy.
I love it. I love it even more now. Give me some more action on it. Let's go.
So tell me this. If he sucks so bad, why does he have 7 home wins by an average of 7.43 runs per game? If he wins, it is blowout city for the Atlanta Braves at home. And even better than that, San Diego staying on the road in these midweek getaway games, if outside of the division against National League opponents as an underdog higher than plus 110, 0-3 versus the run line, blown out 7-1 at Milwaukee with Griffin Canning on the bump. He should be getting in there in the 2nd through 5th inning. This is an opener, I believe. And most recently lost by 20 runs in this spot at the Cubs, 23-3. Final point on this. You go through this series. This is the final game of the season between these teams. San Diego's actually 4-2. They swept the Braves out west. They're down in this series 2-1. For me, when you widen your window here of evaluation, I don't really see San Diego going 5-2 in this. I think 4-3 is more appropriate. And very precisely, the series out west, game 2 of that series, San Diego actually won the game 7-6 final, where there were 9 combined runs in the game in the 2nd inning. So you go back to last night, the second to last game of this series. What was your final score? Home team Braves 7-6, the exact same score. And there were clustered runs. 11 combined runs scored in the 8th and 9th innings. Same exact game flow towards the home team. And what happened in that series finale out west? Off that win, San Diego 7-6. They did win the finale 5-2 by margin. I think the Braves pushed back. Sale did lose twice last year to the Padres, Mike. You're right, but he did pitch great at home in Atlanta. Only 1 earned run on a solo shot against by Gavin Sheets. I think Sale shoved. I think it's a bit of a punt spot for the Padres. Disagreement at noon, Mike. If we were in a casino right now, I would take a shot at Jack. I know Razor's probably taking a shot right now. Any closing comments?
Yeah, I'll make the final thought on this game for once here. How about that? Fade the Braves in the series closers, boys. In the last several years, you have been profitable to the tune of 57%. Okay? First and foremost, 57%. Second off, you're looking at this game in a spot with the San Diego Padres where it's 21-1 to the under, okay? So you're looking at a game that potentially goes under. On top of that, you've already seen no fear of Chris Sale. Chris Sale, on the other hand, Mr. God's gift, is on that bump thinking, fuck, I keep losing to these guys, right? That's a great headspace you want this guy to be involved in. And again, in a tight game with an under, you got to lay 2.5 runs. I mean, there's no gold medals here for dropping minus 280s, right? So you got to lay 2.5 runs to turn a profit on this game or be positive. At the end of the day, in an under spot where I just told you the Padres feast on Chris Sale, do you think they're going to go and win by 3? Now, you potentially do think that's the case, and I can respect that. But at the end of the day, I just think all elements point to take the shot, take a stab at this thing. And if you play it right with the other plays that I shared out there with you guys, should be able to come out profitable in this thing. So I think that's the way we get after it, Shark. And that will be our final point in this one. How about that? Let's go on to this next game, though. I'm excited.
Yeah, as you said, that is the final word. I will say no more on that game, and we will keep it moving. Next game on the card, going divisional baseball in Cleveland this afternoon. Also a very early first pitch time here, 1:10 local in Cleveland. Twins Guardians game 4 of this series. Another getaway game. Very interesting pitching matchup here. Bradley at Williams. Mike, what's going on here?
Yeah, so, excuse me. A couple things, you guys in the chat. Get fired up. Razor, I see you dropping the regular view. I did not do anything in relation to regular views and portrait views, so I don't know what happened there in the setup. Maybe we can get that fixed going forward. So there is the link in the chat for you guys. Chatters, get fired up, man. I said this before. Listen, first you work hard, then you play hard. It's a 5-game slate. You can get yourself all fired up, go over there, jump in with my guy, Razor Sharp Picks at the end of the show. That's where we play hard. The work is being done right now. You can go anywhere else and fuck around and have a good time, but we're here to work hard, and that's what we're going to do for these first 5 games on the slate. All that partying and fun goes on post-show. Razors put the work in front so you guys can go out there and catch the pick 3s, pick 5s, and everything else that goes into the track and kick back and have some fun. So dig in, get ready to work hard. We ask you guys to hit those thumbs up and comments if you haven't done so. Post show as well. We want to see what you guys have to say about this money that's being made out there because, man, my guy Shark and I fired it up. We've been kicking butt, taking names. Late movement coming in. Who's buying them Padres with me? Let's go, man. But listen, I just lost our guy Shark. I got so excited I lost our guy Shark. But I'll tell you, this is that circle spot that I gave you guys. Shit. I'll tell you exactly. Oh, man. We lost him. I got so excited we lost him. We'll take that off until he pops back in here. What was I saying? Oh, that's right. It goes work hard, then play hard. It doesn't go play hard, then work hard, right? That's the way this process works. You guys know the deal. There he is. So, Shark, listen, I gave this one out as a circle spot a couple weeks ago. Okay. You want the exact date that I told you to circle this one? I'll give it to you. July 9th, Shark. July 9th, I said circle the calendar for July 23rd because when Cleveland plays Minnesota in an afternoon game, a game before 4 p.m., the under has hit 22 out of 25 times. One push in there, and they're going under by 2 runs a clip. The last time, just the other day, look, what was the final score? I think it was 3-0 final score out there. So great spot. On top of that, by the way, Gavin Williams and the Guardians do hold a 19-7 lead in those spots. They have been stomping the piss out of the Twins in these afternoon games. So I can't be mad at anybody that wants to get involved and play that spot. I think it's a good look to beat these books. And like I said, I jumped on this already at 7.5. I like a little parlay too. I've been parlaying some of these totals and sides lately. Cleveland and the under 8's a good spot to get involved in this game as well, Shark. What say you about this? Oh, and one last thought, Shark. Yesterday, the fact that it couldn't work out any better, Shark. I gave this out July 9th, right? On top of that, they put 100 runs on the board yesterday. And today, we have incredibly favorable pitching weather with the Taj Mahal on the other side. I love this under, Shark.
You're saying 2 words I love. Taj Mahal. Go back 15 years. I'd be in Atlantic City playing some cards right now. This afternoon on a Thursday in 2026, we are betting the Twins. Take the Twins plus 133. What's going on here? Interesting pitching dynamic here, Mike. Gavin Williams, 3rd start of the year against the Twins. The road team is 2-0 in his starts. He's much better at Target Field. Actually did completely ace the Twins. 2 earned runs against on a Thursday on July 9th against Bailey Ober. Go back to his only home start this year against Minnesota. His worst home start of the year, in fact, peripherally. 10 hits against in 6 innings, 5 earned runs. Also a Sunday matinee. Matinee uncomfortable for this guy, Gavin Williams. Great spot for Taj Bradley. Bradley just faced off against the Guardians at home in early June, and he had his best start of the year. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run on a solo shot, 10 strikeouts. Not only that, you're getting a bounce back here for Bradley. He just got rocked at Wrigley Field in his previous outing. That's the 3rd time this year Bradley's given up 5 earned runs in a road game. Previous 2, the bounce back starts coming big. 13 2/3 innings pitched, only 6 earned runs, 1-1 straight up. Key point on the line. This is Williams' 2nd home start of the year. He was minus 170 against Minnesota before this opened up at minus 120. 50-point line jump. As I said, Williams struggles at home against the Twins. Bradley will pitch well. And absolutely final point on this. You talk about the series. This is divisional baseball. Minnesota's 5-4 this season against the Guardians. That's a big sample. It's almost the entire schedule. They're competitive against the Guardians sustainably here. And Cleveland did steal the first 2 games of this series before Minnesota won last night. I think first 2 Cleveland, Minnesota pushes back. Mike, I agree on the under. I think you see a pitcher's duel this afternoon. Any final thoughts?
I don't know. We don't know what's going on with this video shit. We got to get this thing right, though. We can't have this dual stream shit happening with the vertical and the portrait. So whatever settings have to get changed back, we got to make sure those. I just got a message that said some video dropped. I don't know what's going on out there, but look, agree to disagree. You know, these guys already showed that they won. I don't want to back the Minnesota Twins to do anything. And it was a 5-2 win. He had 7 innings pitched. He gave up 2 earned runs, only 1 homer. I like this spot. I told you, I think this is a really good opportunity to play ball. And the last time they faced Rojas. So the Twins are scared. The fact that they're putting the Taj Mahal out there says that, hey, they respect this Cleveland team and they want this win. And I think it's one you can wish in one hand and want in the other. What's it say? You can crap in one hand and I don't know. Either way, Minnesota Twins are crap.
All I know is the Twins do cluster. 10 runs yesterday. I think it continues to cluster. We will see. However, our guy Ix, he's in the chat. Tell us what's going on in Cleveland. How's the vibes outside the stadium this afternoon? We will see. Disagreement there. Afternoon baseball, man. It is firing on a Thursday. And let's keep it moving. Next game on the card, afternoon baseball. 3:07 north of the border in Toronto. Rays, Blue Jays closing up a series. Same dynamic here. Divisional baseball, game 4. Bieber against Seymour. Rays trying to sweep 4-0, Mike. Can they do it?
Yeah, I think so. Listen, I was singing the song the other day, man. If you like the way you look so much, you should go and fuck yourself. Shout out to Justin Bieber. This is Shane Bieber. And listen, Seymour, man, what have we said? I told you guys this. We were in the infancy of Seymour going out there and shoving. And we saw it yesterday, man. Tampa does it again. Can they finish her off? I think so, man. Seymour's a beast. He goes out there and wins. Now, I respect Bieber probably maybe a little bit more than most here. He gives up home runs like crazy, though. Junior Caminero should come back out there and go yardstick. Parlay Tatis and Caminero together from a home run perspective. But the way I attacked this game is I went first 5 under 4.5. I do like Tampa Bay, and I do like this first 5 under 4.5. So pretty short and sweet.
Yeah, short and sweet to the point. We're going right back to the source. The buy hat is engaged.
Yeah.
I think Tampa Bay gets the sweep here. And I think it's just a class difference at this point in the season. Very similar conversation, as we said, divisional baseball to the previous game. This is the 10th game of the season between these teams. Tampa Bay is 8-1. I've seen enough. They are dominant. The only Toronto win in this window all year was a home game started by Dylan Cease, who is by far their best pitcher. And it was a walk-off grand slam in the 10th inning where they were down 2 runs. So outside of a one-swing walk-off grand slam, they have gotten completely dominated for 9 full baseball games. And it will continue tonight. Not only that, Mike, this is just the same conversation we've said every day this week involving these teams. Toronto's just fallen apart. The manager's a joke. They're now putting Gausman on the trade block. And something I saw before where I was doing yet another level of research to try to figure out what the problem is with Toronto. They've done this zigzag actually zoomed out the last 4 years. You got to go back to 2023. They were actually really good. They were 89-73, went to the playoffs. Then the year after their playoff run, they came back in 24 and fell apart. Their final record was actually 74-88. Then last year, they go to the World Series, of course, losing Game 7. So this is that zigzag letdown year. It's not just off the World Series. This is what this team does every other year. I think they're just completely plummeting. They're minus 63 run differential. It's the 3rd worst run differential in the league. And final point on this, Shane Bieber here, just not the guy right now. And this guy Seymour is improving. The last time Seymour pitched in Toronto, he actually lost the game 13-4 in September. Toronto was favored minus 220 with Kevin Gausman on the bump. And now Tampa Bay is favored. This is a margin gap. This is that 100-plus gap I love. Our guy says Blue Jays get 1. You know what they're going to get? They're going to get a nice beer after the game and their sorrows. I think Tampa Bay takes care of them early and often. I dropped the run line as well on X before. Mike, you think margin develops here?
I'll tell you what I think. My mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. How about that, baby? Let's go. Get fired up with a little Justin Bieber action here on Shane Bieber Day in Toronto. He is 13-0. We'll say that. He does have himself a 13-0 spot. But listen, man, Toronto, we talked about it from the get-go, Shark. I mean, talk about being Baltimore Oriole whisperers, right? I mean, you got the hat on, but I would take the hat off in recognition of our applause in that spot there with the old zigzag. Also got, listen, the boys get it done here on bases loaded, but, listen, I think we can call Toronto dead man. We talked about it at the start of the season. we said these guys don't have what it takes to get back there. It was just a low spot for the AL East last year, and we went down the run. And, shout out to the Baltimore Orioles for catching that plus money yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a blowout waiting to happen. I have Tampa Bay to win this game by 3 runs. Our guy says, I will never buy the Jays hype ever again. Good to see. You listen, you learn, you adjust, and you dominate. Keeping it moving down the line here. Next game on the card, 5:15 in St. Louis. Yes, you heard that correctly. 5:15. The makeup game we talked about yesterday. Diamondbacks on the road, 1-off at the Cardinals. Yesterday, I tried to take the A's. Mike said, I think it's actually maybe a Diamondback spot. Today is the trap. Mike, here we are today. It is Thursday. Is this the trap for the Diamondbacks?
Yeah, we gave you guys the Cardinals yesterday for today. Gave you the circle spot, man. Listen, we're big on these circle spots. I love these opportunities when you find them on the calendar. And situationally, what makes it a circle spot? I got 3 things for you. One, they moved this. This is that middle trip. We talked about it yesterday. I said, contrary point out there that these guys have their blinders on. They don't care if they're about to go on the road trip. Now they're going on the road trip to the Nationals. So this bullshit little stop in between St. Louis is just an inconvenience. And I think that psychologically, Shark and I talk big about this. Negativity attracts negativity, right? That's why you see like a lot of shitbag bottom feeders that just can't get out of shitbag bottom feeder mode because they're just negative. They're jerk offs and they attract jerk offs. And it's like just that magnetism that goes into it. Well, if you're coming into St. Louis going, fuck it, I don't want to be here. It's a bad spot to be. And that's going to attract itself on the field. So that's number 1. Number 2, St. Louis Cardinals specifically moved McGreevy in the rotation. Why? Because they want this game. He pitches better at home, not on the road. So they gave him that little benefit of the doubt and said, dude, just chill. We're going to bring you back home. We're going to get you this dub. And then I think last but not least here, look at this total at 7.5. These are lower scoring opportunities and not far. I mean, the guy's terrible. So look at his 7 games pitched and he's got almost a 5 ERA with the experience that this guy has. That's incredibly disappointing. So this line opens up as a small favorite for the Cardinals. I think it makes a lot of sense why it's there. I also like the under in this game, by the way. It's got that 7.5. 7.5 for a reason. And this should be that just, Shark, you talk about the stopwatch. How long are these games? I mean, this one, what does this go? 90 minutes? Maybe 2 hours? I don't know. You should be able to duck in and out of this thing and be back in home time for a steak dinner.
I agree. I think you're going to see a real quick one. I don't think the Diamondbacks want any part of this game. And also, I was thinking about this before. McGreevy very possibly was on an earlier flight because the Cardinals actually played 3 in L.A. dating back to yesterday afternoon. He probably has been in St. Louis, in my opinion, for over a day getting ready for this start. And, Mike, as you mentioned, they moved him up. And I'm not going to make the mistake again. I tried to fade St. Louis yesterday, not doing it today. The buy hat is engaged. I think this could be a blowout. Obviously, 7.5 runs doesn't mean 12-1, but I could see something in the range of like 5-1, 6-1, something like that. And you're also getting a really nice spot here to fade Brandon Pfaadt. Brandon Pfaadt has been in and out of the bullpen for some reason. Not entirely sure what the Diamondbacks are doing with their pitchers. Obviously, a bunch of injuries to the staff, a lot of moving parts. He's 0-2 in his last 2 games at St. Louis, but he did actually beat St. Louis last week at home 5-3 against Dustin May. So you're going to see a zigzag. He wins a home game. He's got to play at St. Louis shortly thereafter. He's going to lose here. And the books agree. The line's moving the St. Louis direction. McGreevy also did just catch a win in that series at Arizona against Merrill Kelly on the 17th. He pitched absolutely great in the matchup. 6 1/3 innings pitched, only 1 earned run on a solo home run. McGreevy's going to shove in this game. He's been unreal good at home this year outside of the division. 35 innings pitched, only 5 earned runs. Mike, we've been on here at least 3 or 4 times talking about McGreevy at home in this spot. He just purely shoves. He's really developing into a 1 or a 1A type of pitcher. This guy's a complete ace at home, particularly outside of the division. This is an absolutely terrible spot for Arizona, as we said. They go to Washington tomorrow. It's a dead zone. It's supposed to be an off day. And the Cardinals' bats were largely dead over the previous 3 games at the Cardinals. Did beat Detmers yesterday 1-0. The bats did absolutely nothing. The bats are going to awaken. Pfaadt will be, I would say, very sketchy in this spot. Great spot for the Cardinals. The buy hat is engaged. Take the Cardinals and let's cash. Mike, anything else or keep it moving?
I like it. I think it's a good look. I think it's a great read. We told you guys about it the other day. So hopefully you circled it and you got the best of the number, and we'll see you guys in the window.
Absolutely, guys. Do not fall trap to the Diamondbacks in St. Louis tonight. Speaking of tonight, only one night game tonight. It is a divisional game. It is the only series opener of the card. First of four in the Central within the American League. Royals at Tigers, 6:40 at Comerica Park in Detroit. Interesting dynamic here, Mike. You're getting Troy Melton on the bump. Speaking of these young, really high upside right-handers against what appears to be maybe a bullpen game or certainly a journeyman starter for the Royals. What's going on here?
Yeah, this should be a bullpen game out there. And I mean, look, I told you guys I started the card off talking about generational wealth day. And should I be right about this thing? It's going to be game changing. So a couple things. One, I told you guys this the other day too. I mean, look, despite what they did, and I gave you guys the Royals, and listen, we'll pat ourselves in the back for yesterday some other time here, but called it every game of that San Francisco Giants spot, man. The Giants are not an offensive juggernaut, and they showed even that they would take the lead. Kansas City still came roaring back. Now they're going to Detroit. Melton's a beast, man. Look, his sub-2 ERA makes him a killer, and frankly, you don't have to do much killing to take out this Kansas City Dubnak spot here. We talked the other day. What was the biggest thing for me about that Giants spot in yesterday? All the series. One, Giants don't hit a lot. Two, Kansas City, where I was concerned and like the unders, is Kansas City's bullpen sucks. And so when you're putting them in a bullpen spot, that's a bad situation to be in right off the gate. So how many innings do you get out of Dubnak? 2? Maybe? I mean, look, he's gone, he's a reliever. He goes 1. He's a middleman. So we'll see what happens over the course of this thing. But I think what happens here with Melton's an under guy. Melton's got himself a nice little model that says this goes under 8.5 as well. So I like Detroit. I think they take the club out and they baby seal this Kansas City team. So the way I want to approach it is take the run line with Detroit. I like the under in the game, and I like Detroit in the first 5. The problem with the first 5 for Detroit is it's super juicy. So Kansas City team total under in the first 5. Kansas City team total under as a full, and the Tigers minus 1.5 all feel like great spots to be from a betting perspective today, Shark.
I agree. I love this hat. I love this play. The buy hat is engaged. I think margin develops in this game. You want to buy this guy, Melton. I've been comparing him to Steven Strasburg every week. You heard it here first, guys. I guarantee you haven't heard that take anywhere else. 25 years old, San Diego State product, same metrics, same peripherals, pretty much the same guy. This guy's an absolute ace. He's an absolute ace at home in the division. 2 divisional home starts, both wins, both by margin. Beat the Twins 10-4. He actually wasn't great in the game. He gave up 4 solo home runs, but the Bats backed him with authority, and 4-1 against the White Sox. 1 earned run in the game. And you look at Kansas City here. Kansas City coming off a sweep against the Giants. Mike was all over that midweek. He said he's not going to tout it up. I'll tout it up for him. Mike's calling business in Kansas City, but that is in Kansas City, not a road game at Comerica Park. And you talk about the Tigers here. Tigers are the best buy team in the sport right now, not named the Boston Red Sox, 1-1A. They danced Skubal at the deadline. They said they're gonna trade the guy. All of a sudden, the entire clubhouse woke up. We talked about it on this show. AJ Hinch confirmed it. My quote's coming out early week. He said, when we started talking about trading Skubal, every day feels like Game 7 in this clubhouse. Those are the quotes you want to back when you back any professional sports team. And final point on this. This guy, Randy Dobnak, looks like he goes about 4 innings. I'm looking at it now. This is his 4th start here for Kansas City. He's a journeyman. He's 31 years old. His only road start, he actually pitched reasonably well. You know why he pitched reasonably well? The game was played at the New York Mets. He aced the Mets, but that is not a divisional game here. He ended up losing to the Mets anyway, 6-2. The bullpen imploded. If Dobnak somehow keeps this together, the Tigers will light up this Kansas City bullpen. Absolutely elite spot. Our guy in the chat says Troy Melton, 6+ Ks. I wouldn't disagree. Tigers all over it. Approaching 30 minutes of 5 games. The energy is real. If you guys haven't dropped a like, guys, please drop a like. We almost missed that, Mike, on the show here, but we have best bets.
We do. It looks like we got a double dipper for videos.
Appreciation. Mike, let's say it together.
All right.
Appreciation
Appreciation
is
is appreciated. Man, I'm fired up for today. Guys gave me a little Justin Bieber song today. I mean, go out there and check that thing out. What else? I was fired up, man. I was looking at I was gonna pull up the men in the there's so many fun things here. Men in the Arena. If you guys haven't gone out there and watched The Hawk, there's a great scene where Luke Wilson comes out and he's like, just 3 gladiators going in the cage. I mean, that's what I feel like today, Shark. So some best bets. Obviously, I got that Twins under 7.5. Good money. First 5 under in that Toronto game under 4.5 minus 110. And I'll take Kansas City's team total under in this game as well. I like that minus 1.5. And of course the Cardinals minus 120. So there you go. Under 3.5 is minus 140. That's a little juicy on the KC side of things, but that's okay. Under 3.5 minus 140. St. Louis minus 122. Toronto first 5 under 4.5 minus 110, and minus 120 for the Cleveland under 7.5.
All right, I'll give you guys the buy hats. We already played Atlanta. That's in motion. We'll leave that one off the final card here because it is in motion. Later plays, taking the Rays money line minus 108, taking the Rays run line minus 1.5. That is plus 150. As I said, I see margin developing there. Taking the Cardinals, that is a collaboration with Mike, and taking the Tigers on the run line minus 1.5 plus 100. And Mike, I think parlay today probably we'll save it for tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, we got tons of great things happening here. Parlays have been on a hell of a heater as well. Appreciate all you guys tuning in, though. Some great comments here. Our guy Scott's giving some props out there talking about the unders. Troy Melton, 6+ Ks from Public Enemy. You guys, most important thing is, we show up, we put the work in. Now it's time to play hard. Go over there. Check out our guy, Razor Sharp Picks, and all the fun things that are happening in the world of Sports Money Network. You guys, stay tuned. We got best bets. We got all kinds of fun things happening down the pike with single play of the day videos. We got the UFC this weekend. It's an afternoon start. Where else would you rather be, Shark, than making money this summer? If you backed up a dump truck and it said baseball on it and it was full of money, I'll tell you what, I tell you to drop it right in my fucking driveway, dude.
It really is such a point of reference that it's strong stuff, guys. Money's money. You don't have to fall in love with a sport as a fan to make money. You know, honestly, outside of baseball, there's so much money in these international sports. Like Mike's capping all these esoteric sports, women's volleyball, maybe some croquet. Who knows? Money is money. And oftentimes in baseball, because there's so many games, the books don't nail the lines. There's exploitability. That all being said, guys, Scott, just wanted to go to your comment for a second here. Scott did say Dobnak is slated for 14.5 outs in the market. That correlates to what I was saying. It looks like they give him about 5 innings. And so you're probably hovering right around it. He'll probably try to get into the 5th inning. Different template than what you saw from this guy last year. But our guy says it's becoming his favorite show. We appreciate that. And we appreciate you guys dropping the like. The like is far more than us looking back and thinking we look good. It really is our avenue into the internet to spread widely. Mike, any further comments?
Stay tuned here. We got Fernando Tatis at bat. Your man Chris Sale showing such command and control. He just hit the fucking dude with a pitch. Bases are loaded. Tatis is on the bump. Let's see if we can't cash this plus 290, man. The line is dropping here. He does have a strike, so lots more at-bats. But, dude, there's a ball. 1-1, 2 outs. I'm fired up, dude. This is going to be such a glorious Monday. I just can't wait to get this cash with you. And, hey, man, we'll be back. We got tomorrow. We got a full slate of games. Appreciate you guys. I see the comment. Public Enemy says becoming one of his favorite capping shows out there. He says, you guys waste no time. Most cappers talk way too much, but you guys just say what's needed and get right down to it. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate all you guys in the chat. Scott McCabe. Let's go, you guys. I see our guy Jay Peasy was rocking in here. 9 Legacy. Razor Sharp Picks doing his thing out there, you guys. Make sure you check it out as well. Shout out to everybody part of the Sports Money Network. And Stop Geoengineering, of course, my guy. Appreciate you guys. And we'll see you guys all real soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Big card tomorrow, 15 games. I'm looking at it right now. We got a big one. Yankees are at Phillies this weekend. Bunch of huge series. But that is it for this one, guys. 35 minutes of 5 games. Our guy says you waste no time. You're absolutely right. Straight business. Let's cash tickets today. Always manage your bankroll. You don't want to get dusted off in one day. We will see you guys tomorrow for a big 15-game card. That is it for the Thursday show. Thursday, July the 23rd, 2026. MLB bases loaded. For Mike, I'm the Shark. Stay fast, stay strong, stay disciplined, and let's dominate.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.